The world continues to watch Israel's fight in the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. After 9 months into a massive vaccination campaign, the country is relying heavily on its Green Pass, which allows those vaccinated to have greater access to public venues. This growing dependence is causing distress among some Israelis. Prime Minister Naftali Bennett sounded positive as statistics show Israel recovering from its fourth surge of the pandemic.
In the battle against the coronavirus, it seems at this point that we have the upper hand. All parameters show a gradual decrease in morbidity. The confirmed cases are in decline.
Still, Bennett cautioned against relaxing preventative efforts.
Despite the overall positive direction, no one should enter into complacency facing the elusive virus. We're continuing with the campaign with our might, and we're also preparing for the next stage.
That includes a change to Israel's Green Pass. Technical difficulties postponed its launch, but only those who've received a booster or a second dose or have recovered, all less than 6 months ago, will qualify for the pass. Venues such as indoor restaurants, gyms, and university campuses are expected to check each patron's pass and ID. That sent protesters to the streets against the green passes and what they called forced compliance.
We are totally against any forced vaccinations or any forced medications.
Signs in car windows said, "Tomorrow it's you," and democracy is gone.
I've represented Israel across the world. I've gone on college campuses. I fought for Israel, and I'm ashamed today of what Israel is doing.
Israel began offering the Pfizer BioNTech boosters to those over 12, and more than a third of the 9 million citizens have received it, according to the health ministry. From the beginning, medical experts have had mixed reactions to the green passes. Renowned immunologist Dr. Zvi Bentwich of Ben-Gurion University is part of the Emergency Public Council for the corona crisis.
We are not against vaccination, but we are against the usage of a measure that would cause discrimination and enforcement of measures that would impinge on basically on human rights.
Professor David Enoch at the Hebrew University in Jerusalem disagrees.
When done properly, it does not violate human or civil rights. Giving at least a fairly successful vaccination effort, Green Passport policy is the way to do that.
Having a policy, let's say in restaurants, that everybody will wear a mask and there would be some sort of distancing, but by saying that you cannot enter a place unless you have this passport, that's a different story.
For the most part, Israelis just want life to return to normal, including allowing an unlimited number of tourists back in the country. Until then, even disagreeing medical minds will continue to look for ways to successfully prevent and treat the virus.
Alpha.